Thunderstick Studios company is going to be releasing swappable control panels for both the Gold Edition as well as the Standard Edition cabinet. So if you did really want to play shooting games on a Standard Edition iArcade with
Okay, we're going to install our SD card reader mod, and to do that we first need to remove the audio cable that is sitting in here now. So we're going to remove these 3 screws here. There's a lot of glue under here, so you do have to pry it until it comes out. So at this point we don't need this anymore. You can just take it out of there, or you can just snip it in half, get rid of it. And we do need to clear out the rest of the glue that's around here so that we can pop out the little plastic holder that's in place. So we need to take that out because we've made a new one already on the ribbon cable. So we will flip this over and doesn't really matter which orientation we did put it in. So I'm going to feed this through. It just fits, And it will snap back in place, just like it was designed to fit or something. And now on the other side, we need to do a bit of work. Ribbon cable is plenty long, as you can see. This is where it gets a little tricky. The SD card needs to come out. We save that, we'll need that in a minute. You may not, depending on where you've positioned this gaming box, be able to fit this new SD card in. It will be, the gold side is up, so this is the right orientation. It needs to get in there. I don't have quite enough room, not quite enough room to maneuver it, so I'm gonna have to pick up, break the tape off of the gaming box, unfortunately. So be careful as you do this. Gold side up. There. Okay, it's in. Now there's plenty of room. I haven't really moved it from where it was before. Actually, there's a little bit more room now that we've gotten rid of that plastic piece. Press it back down. Should still hold fine. You may want to tape this down. It's a little bit extra ribbon cable, as you can see. Probably use better tape than this, but I'm just going to do that temporarily. It can just sit loose in the bottom of this tray. It's not really going to harm anything, but for now we will just hold it all together. Flip it back over. Okay, then the final test is to take the SD card. It'll only go in one way. We'll see if we get it right the first time. Push it in. Beauty. Pop it out. So that makes it very easy to upgrade the SD card anytime we come out with an upgraded version. But there are some other reasons why you might like this functionality. And we're going to look at those right now. So when we're booted into gaming box mode, everything is pretty much as it was before. But if we shut it down, turn the power off, and take the SD card out, you can just leave it there. You don't have to remove it completely. We've ejected it. When we turn it back on, we're going to hold down Start and A. We will hear 2 rumbles, and that means we've changed the pedal mode from right stick to right trigger. Right trigger will work better in the Android side of things. Now it's going to boot up a little bit differently than before. It boots up much like any other Android TV box that you might have seen before. And you will find you'll be able to navigate. You'll see some common pre-installed apps here. You can use the wheel, the shifter to move around, and A key to launch an app.
Buddy, it's P-Dubs. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us.
And here again, we got P-Dubs.
To catch you up on a new desktop
So
mini
the
arcade
keys
device.
to exit are often going to be the coin key, so that's pretty nice. Takes you right back. But you will find that some navigation is a lot easier with a wireless keyboard, wireless mouse keyboard. We do have these available. They're very common, and with that you can do navigation that you otherwise will have trouble doing. So if you want, log into your Netflix account and watch some movies on your Ridge Racer if that's what you're into. That might be a better option if you have one of our modded sit-down cabs. There's a number of other options. You can use your Ridge Racer cab as a Spotify jukebox. This will be easier to navigate with the keyboard. You can even turn the volume down with your keyboard. That's kind of handy. The home button on the keyboard will take you nicely home. There is also an app that's a bottom bar app that's handy to install. You can click on that and see, close the various apps with that. So of course there's thousands and thousands of apps on the Google Play Store that you can install. And to help you get started, we've put a little list together, and you can get to that at GB Gaming Box bonus dot buy stuff arcades So when we go to this page, it will talk about some of the advantages and things you can do with this kit. And it has a bunch of useful links here. This navigation bar that we use is very handy. You can click on the link. It'll take you straight to the Google Play Store. You can install it from here after you log into your Google Play account. And this Google bar will allow you to switch between apps nice and easy, as long as you're using keyboard. So we've put a few games on here and a few notes about how to play them properly. And these are games that we've tested and found to work quite well with the steering controls. We'll load that up in just a minute. You can go right to Gamepad-tester.com, test your controls. That's one of the best features about this mod. You don't have to plug your encoder into a PC to test the buttons and calibrations. But it's a little bit laggy to run it in the Chrome browser on the Android box. So this Gamepad-tester app is quite a nice app. And we're going to take a quick look at that right now. It's already installed on here. It looks a little bit ugly, but you can do some pretty neat stuff. So if we go to the gamepad aspect of it, you can hold down the pedal. You can see it's right trigger now. The brake is left trigger. Shifter, steering, start, B, A, X, coin. Coin actually takes us out, so functioning is back. But obviously it's working if it does that. You can test your calibration on your pedals and the triggers, which is kind of nice. You can see how nice and smooth all the way to the top. Smooth that gas pedal is, same as the brake. If you hit it hard, obviously it jumps, but they're all there. It's kind of satisfying to fill that all in. And one of the neat things to see is joystick dead zones. What you're going to see here is that it's a perfectly smooth from center all the way to the outside. With our new feature of dead zone adjustment, you can hold down start, just start by itself, and push the stick up a number of times. Will adjust the dead zone to accommodate games that make you turn too far before it starts to move. And when I turn it the other way, you'll see what happens. We are now jumping. We're not registering there. So when the game wants you to move that far before it starts moving, now with dead zone adjustment, you get a perfectly smooth adjustment. And you can tweak it quite a ways. So now it's jumping all the way to there. Not too many games will need that much, but it's there if you need it. We also have sensitivity adjustment. We've had that for a while. So right now we're turning all the way to the outside. But if a game is really twitchy, so that it moves too fast when you hardly turn it at all, what you want to do is limit or to stretch that turn out. So it's start and B, stick up again. And now when we turn the wheel, it goes slower. And when we fully turn the wheel, it's not even going all the way. So there's a number of games that really helps. So again, this gives us some visualization of how these adjustments work. Take all our dead zone back out. Now we're perfectly smooth, but we're still limited on how far we can turn. Okay, so let's try out some games quick a minute. There are some interesting ones. Crazy Taxi you can launch from here. Of course, Crazy Taxi is already available, and there's 3 of them on the main gaming box. But if you want to do it this way and watch some ads while you're at it, or pay to get them removed. So this will navigate with the controls on here, as you can see. And then you get to watch some ads. And because of the ads, you do need the keyboard to be able to close them, as you'll see in just a second. So then you'll need your keyboard remote to get that closed. Alright, there's the gas pedal. There's the brake. Graphics are good. Handling is good. It's actually, you probably take just a touch of dead zone out. Make it a little bit smoother. There you go. That's how you do it, right on the fly, as you're playing the game. What? So one little bug in this game is when you hit B to go back into forward mode, it actually pauses. So you have to hit A again to resume. So that's a little annoying, but just always go forward and you'll never have a problem. So you can see it handles quite well. Plays smooth. So again, you can probably get out of here in the main menu, but again, the home key on your keyboard takes you out. There are a couple other ones. Let's give this one a try. So if you get a message like this, obviously you need to say yes, otherwise your steering wheel isn't going to work. And we've noticed that too, you need the hand, so sometimes it's a little to the side. There you go. So this is where it gets kind of interesting with some of these Android apps. We haven't done a lot with it yet. You guys can experiment, but you can do multi-screen, you can do online, local LAN, and also WAN. So you should be able to race people on the internet with some of these games. But we will do single player. We're going to try to anyway. We will be a penguin. We are not. Oh yes, there's a number of different games here. Let's try this one. That one looks good. That might be bad. Again, handles nicely. Still using the same dead zone from the last game we played, which is a couple notches up. There's a view. I believe I mapped nitrous to the shifter, so let's get some more nitrous. There we go. the bowling balls on there for something really nice. And yeah, did you hear that? This game supports Rumble. So there you go. Free games. You may have to watch a few ads, or you can pay a couple bucks to get rid of them. Who knows how many there are out there that work. And home button takes us out. Real Racing's great. This demolition one is good. There's a number of them on that list that we were looking at before. So, try it out. Let us know. If you find some good games, we can add them to the list. Just give us the info. When you're done with the Android side of things, when you're done watching P-Dubs and the rest of the boys, all you need to do is switch it off. Push your SD card back in. Hold down Start and A to toggle back. You'll hear one rumble. And now you know you're back to right stick mode, which is going to work better with the Android box. Let us know what you think. The mod kit's going to be available on the website very soon. Technically, you can utilize this right now. You just need to pop your SD card out. But it's a lot easier when you get the SD card extender cable, obviously.